Hello and welcome to Light Waves by todderbert. In front of us, we have the Speras PZ14. This is a single AA powered, zoomable, tactical, everyday carry flashlight. You can find this selling on Amazon USA currently at the making of this video for $49.99 and also at SpearasFlashlight.com. I'll have links down in the pay link section and comment section if you so desire this little flashlight. Let's take a look at the box. Pretty awesome. Speras, light your way. 1,000 lumens, 444 meters. Cool. Yeah, professional zoomable flashlight. All right. Got some fine text here. A paragraph if you want to read that. Got some information here. You can see it's got information for the 14500 and for the standard AA powered. So if you want to run to standard AAs or 14500, which is nice. And down here we have some more specs. All right, and contact information. Okay, cool. Took everything out of the box. We get started to show the PZ14. They give us a lanyard. Awesome, adjustable. Get a charging cable for the battery. This is a USB to USB-C, very typical. And a couple extra O-rings. And last but not least, we get the instructions. Here we are, Speras. Just kind of go across it real quick. What's in the box? Those specifications, again, I'll bring them up. Get an idea. It was on the box, a little bit bigger, easier to read here. Just kind of go down that. We'll cover most of that in case I missed something. Here we got product overview, that paragraph again. The light. And if we open this up, flip it, we have more instructions on the inside. Okay, we got battery installation. Okay, we all know how to do that, right? Forward clicky style, on off, strobe. Got momentary, showing how to change modes, power indication, that's nice. If you're running low on power, it tells you. Okay, we got a warranty, 5 years. There you go, and I think that's it. Contact information again, and of course your warranty card, if you need to know. Okay, let's get rid of that. Let's get to the flashlight, awesome. Let's go over dimensions of this little bad boy, bring this on down, get up close and personal with it. All right, so we have a length fully zoomed in, that's 4 1/4 inches, and zoomed out is about 4 5/8 of an inch. We have a head diameter of 1 inch and a tail diameter of 7/8 of an inch. I'll have millimeters down below here. This flashlight weighs 57 grams without the battery, so if you take the battery out, not too bad. It depends on what kind of battery you're using. So let's go ahead and do a size comparison. So let's see, I got a few things on the bench. Let's bring this back up. What do I got handy? So let's start out with like a smaller single AA. Here's a Saber through night. There you go. It's a little smaller. Doesn't have the zoom head, or it's not a thrower. It's more of an inspection light, so you don't have that huge lens on it. There's some batteries. There's a AAA battery. We have a AA battery. There you go, which this runs on. Nice. And of course, for size comparison, we have an 18650 by ThruNite TC15 version 3. Give you an idea just how big the PZ14 is compared to what you may have in your pocket. Alright, so let's go ahead and see what else we got here on the bench. I think I have the Ace Beam TAC AA, which I really like. Cool flashlight. And go side by side here. As you can see, they're fairly similar in size. I think the Speras is just a little bit bigger. There you are. But the nice thing about the Speras is it's zoomable, which the Ace Beam is fixed position. So giving you an idea. I think the Ace Beam tail stands a lot nicer because it has 3 spots to stand on. Nice. Yeah, it's a really nice setup. Well, here we only have the 2. This one does tail stand, but it requires a little bit of a balancing act. Gotta find the right spot for it. But it does tail stand, which is nice. Bring in Iron Man. So, okay, cool. Get the idea. Yeah, it's just being competition right now, and it's a good competition. So, right away when you pick this up, it feels great in the hand. Yeah, you got the momentary tail, so you just can light tap, turn on your last use mode, so that's mode memory. If you go too quickly, you will start changing modes. So if I go a little quicker, you can see I'm going up the modes. And it cycles from eco, low, medium, and high. There you go, pretty simple. Going to the front of the flashlight, we have a crenulated bezel, kind of mild. It's soft, so you can have this in your pocket. It's not going to tear anything up or hurt your hands. We have that lens there. You see it's fairly heavy. And down inside there is our LED. That's a luminous, and that's a SFT 25R in cool white. The body's your typical 6061 aluminum alloy, and it's type 3 hard anodized finish. To zoom this, you just turn it so you can see it fully flood, and going in goes full spot for full throw. So we'll leave it on spot mode for now. Keeps it shortest distance. Got a hat belt clip here. Doesn't quite go deep carry, but I don't know how deep carry you need. I guess the ace beam has it there. The ace beam's further up the tail there, as you can see where it starts. I guess that's a plus having that type of clip to it. Yeah, they were able to do that. That's nice. Now let's see what else we got going on here. So, tail opens up here. We'll just take a look on the inside. It comes with an included 14500, 920 milliamp hour, protected button top with a USB-C connection to charge it. Nice. So get that included. Now, I noticed the build construction is really good on this flashlight. You got a nice thick wall there. I'm a fan when I see that. Sometimes you open these flashlights up and this is like paper thin, and it kind of bothers me a little bit. Don't know if I should be too concerned, but I like seeing the more material being used. Drop that in there. And of course you could use regular batteries as well, and I'll kind of cover that. I'll just tell you a little bit about the stats on that if I got time. Hook points, 2 of them on the tail, guarded. So it's a little harder to turn on in your pocket because the switch sits fairly deep in there. And yeah, not bad. So 2 hook points for the lanyard. And of course I showed you the tail. Works out pretty simple. You just momentary on, and you can cycle. You keep going at a steady rate. If you want to do, you can do like a beacon mode, but you have to go slow on that tail press. But nice, you can operate this flashlight without clicking it. So here is high. Now it's memorized without clicking it on. That's pretty nice. If you want to just have that setting locked on, just turn it on, click it on, and there we are. And if you go fast with clicking it on and off, you can also go through the modes, making a bunch of noise. But I prefer to do it this way, of course, like everybody else would. So as you saw, there was strobe there. So if you can't handle flashing lights, look away. So to access strobe, it's a 2-step process. You just either 2 presses on momentary. So 1, 2, fast. And now we got our strobe momentary. So when I let go of this switch, it'll turn off. So letting go without clicking it. If you want strobe to be on, I just 1 and click. So 1 and hold. So there we are. We lock it in. So there we are. Not bad. So pretty simple UI. I like it. It says 4 modes, nothing special to access a strobe, and boom, you're done. I do want to mention that battery low indicator. When it's running down to 3 volts, it'll start flashing every 3 minutes, telling you that the flashlight's dying, time to get it charged up, which is a good thing. Glad it has that. It is IP67 waterproof. It has a 1 meter drop resistance. If you're curious about that, you probably saw it on the box. But I wanted to tell you about that. So let's go ahead and set this down. We're going to head to the garage where I took pictures of this flashlight in action. Let me just zoom that back down there. There we go. And yeah, I got pictures of this in action, fully in flood mode. In case I forget to mention that. That way we get a general idea how it can light up an area, small area. It does a great job. And of course, I go to a video outside where you see this thing in action going out up to 100 meters, no problem. So let's go head to the garage. So here I'm in the garage. The flashlight's on high. This is 1000 lumens. We're on full flood. Expect a runtime of 45 minutes with throttling. And a total throw when in spot mode is 440 meters. Our next mode here is medium, a useful mode, 300 lumens. Expect a runtime of 1 hour. And a throw when in full spot mode at 253 meters. Now we're headed to low, another useful mode, 100 lumens. Expect a runtime on that 14500 for 3 hours, and a throw of 150 meters when in spot mode. And our last picture here is 5 lumens on eco mode. This will run 36 hours on the 14500 and have a throw fully zoomed in at 30 meters. So let's head outside and take a look at what this thing can do in action. Full zoom, full throw, to see how far it can see, and it does a pretty good job. So let's go check that out. Okay, I'm outside with the Speras PZ14. It's 1,000 lumens with a throw of 440 meters. Archway is 30 feet, tree behind it is 50 feet, tree to the left there is 40 feet, tree down range there is 100 feet. Going further down there's a gazebo, which is 100 meters with 2 pine trees next to it. That's where I'm shining it right now. You should be able to see it hopefully. Archway, tree, 40 foot, 50 foot, sorry, excuse me, 50 foot, 40 foot, downrange, stop sign's 100 meters, 100 foot tree, and the sidewalk down there bringing it down. This is full zoom. Alright, so we'll do a benchtop demo here. We have the ACE beam on my left and the Speras PZ14 on my right, just to give you a general idea of what the LED looks like. Of course, it's going to look different on a PZ14 because it's a full zoom and flood. So yeah, we'll check that out. So we'll turn the lights off. Let's have some fun here real quick. Let's get a general idea how these lights work. So, alright, so let's bring this up here. Give you an idea. Okay, so here's the ACE beam. Get that, just a fixed spill there and spot. That's all you're going to have. So this is good for outdoors, mainly. Indoors, not so much. So you can get around the house with it okay on low mode. But yeah, this is what you have here. Now this guy, this is on full zoom. This is nice. So you don't have that center spot, just all soft flood, which is perfect for walking around. I like that. And of course, when you go to eco mode, it looks really good. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the ACE beam. Kind of gives you a general idea. For color temp, the Speras in person, I would say they're pretty similar in color temp. Yeah, pretty similar. Okay, turn off the ACE beam. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and aim this at the ceiling, and I'm going to just leave it on flood, I think, and go through the mode. So I think right now we're on low. And then we'll just go to momentary. So low, medium, high, and eco is fairly dim. There's, oh, I had eco there for a second. We're back eco. There's eco. All right, back at the ceiling. There's low, medium. Whoops, turn it on, and high. Get a general idea what's going on. Camera's starting to adjust, but eco is lighting up the room there. You can see that when I aim at the ceiling, it does light up the. I can see what's going on. That's nice. My night vision definitely there. Okay, great. So let's bring in a radio, do RFI test, and do final thoughts on this flashlight. So I'll bring in my Skywave 2.
On him to now become a staple in Seattle and now become a Super Bowl quarterback.
Then over on the AFC, Schefter, you've got Drake May, his second season in the league. You've got Mike Vrabel, first year's Patriots head coach. They're headed to their 12th. What strikes you about how the Patriots got to this point?
Well, it's one of the great turnarounds in recent history. The last time a team turned around a season like this, it might have been the 2001 Patriots, where they had 5 wins or fewer and then went on to reach the Super Bowl. But that's, again, the level that New England is playing at. Mike Vrabel's turned around. Think about it this way. In each of the past 2 regular seasons, the New England Patriots won exactly 4 games. 4 games in 2024, 4 games in 2020.
Okay, there you go. And you get that idea of full zoom there. I was trying to show, it's kind of hard in camera, but you saw the pictures in the garage, which is full flood, and now we got full zoom. So you just, as you turn it, you can kind of see how it shows a little bit of artifacts. You'll get some rings. You'll get sometimes some little edges, depending on how your distance is. You'll actually see like a hexagon pattern, and you'll start seeing a square shape in the center. I'm trying to see if I can get that to show on the camera. It might show up on the camera. There you go. It's a better idea. What you're seeing there, you don't get that quite smooth until you start bringing it all the way out. All right, great. So let's go ahead and turn on some lights. Okay. Cards in here. And we'll do some final thoughts on this bad boy. Let's zoom her in. Awesome. Am I still on? Nope. Okay, cool. So let's zoom it in and talk about what I think, what I like, what I don't like, and my overall opinion on this flashlight. Okay, I like the balanced feel. When I pick this up, it feels good. When I pick up the Ace Beam, this feels nice, but it feels a little too heavy towards the front. It definitely wants to pull forward when you're holding it. It doesn't feel as comfortable because the grip is shorter. It just feels odd because you got these cool heat sinks. Now this is nice because this does not overheat in the hand. This gets rather hot in the hand when you're holding it because you don't have that cooling capability, unfortunately. But I do like that in here, but it just doesn't feel right when you're carrying it. So when it feels good, of course, you're going to carry it. When it doesn't, you're probably less likely to carry it and more likely to carry something you like. And this feels just perfect in the hand. I like it, even with the clip there. I usually hate the clips. They get in the way when I'm carrying a smaller flashlight. I tend to take them off. But for this one, it doesn't seem too bad at all. I like it. What else do I like about it? I like the zoom feature, of course. That is its main feature. And it's when you turn it, it's locked at that setting pretty well. It's hard to adjust it. It's not going to move much. But in your pocket, it might. But as you can see, as you turn it, it's not going to move much. You can't slide it in or pull it out. It's a threaded style, which is good. Yeah, that's another thing I like. Simple operation. The 4 modes, really easy to do with that momentary tail. The grip's nice. That grip. Included 14500. It tail stands. It's quality build, like I mentioned. Just try to show that to you. The flood mode is fantastic, and it uses standard AA batteries. Can't stress how that is in a pinch. Awesome, because when you're in lowest mode, eco mode at 1 lumen, it'll run 72 hours with a standard battery. That is great for long-term power outages. Fantastic. I would recommend having a set, some rechargeables on hand, and of course some regular AAs, just in case for emergencies. And plus that pairs well with our Skywave I just showed you. This radio here, shortwave, it runs on 2 AA batteries, and this would go well with this radio. So if you're looking to pair your Skywave to a nice flashlight, why do something like that? Got your premium radio and your premium light. Yeah. So what do I want on this light? And I don't like? Well, I don't like the beam pattern that it has the artifacts, and it has a greenish yellow tint. Usually noticeable on the lower modes, of course. That's the only thing, but that's normal when you have these kind of zooming lights. I don't mind. I get used to it, but it's one thing that I wish, they could fix, but who knows if they can or not. A big one is a tactical group. Since this is a tactical flashlight and sold as such, I think it would be awesome if you had a group where it's tactical mode, where the tail is momentary turbo all the time. And then when you click it in and then you start clicking, then it changes modes. I know it's a little bit harder to do, but having a tactical just turbo on, maybe turbo just only turbo mode. That would be good if that's what you want in your pocket. To pull this out, it'd be 1,000 lumens right away, and its best distance. That might be what you like, because I know the Ace Beam, this guy here, it has 6 modes. Yeah, built into this thing. Amazing. And when I say 6 modes, you got 6 groups. So on top of its regular modes, that's fantastic. That's what I wish this had. Some kind of more usability there in that respect, which I don't think is too hard to add, adding a memory like that. So overall, the PZ14 has an incredible throw, as you saw in the video, and fantastic flood, which I love. It's a bit on the pricey side. I'd wait for this flashlight to go on sale for right around $40 would be the sweet spot for this light. So it gets recommended by near $40. It gets a maybe around $49.99, just to give you a general idea. Overall, a good flashlight. If you like premium lights, maybe that $50 price tag doesn't bother you, and $10 is either here or there. So, we can quibble, but some people are on a budget and they watch every penny. So, yeah, $39.99, rock and roll, $49.99. It's a maybe, yeah. Hope you enjoyed the video of the Speras PZ14. I do like this flashlight. Definitely give the video a thumbs up if you like the flashlight as well. 2, if you like the Speras brand, you want to see more, hit subscribe to the bell icon, get notified of future models from this company. I do like this company. I featured a few of their flashlights. Definitely worth checking out. Maybe try to put a playlist together with them. Great company. Cool tactical lights. And of course, 3, comment down below what you think about the PZ14. Would replace your Through Night Saber, because these were cheap as dirt. I think you could pick one of these up for like $10 with the 14500, right? Or are you a fan of the Ace Beam Tac AA, where you could pick that up for like around $23? I think that's what that is, or it's $29, I think, when it first came out. Then it went on sale. So let me know what you would pick up. What your favorite AA powered flashlight is. If I haven't reviewed it, maybe I'll pick it up and review it for you guys. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next awesome video.